All right, welcome to episode 11 of our class mission only experience boosted playthrough. Our goal here is to see how many levels we can actually get as we go through just the class mission. So, we just finished Balmora. They're sending us off to Quesh. Quesh should be relatively fast, and so we will jump down there and get that one done. According to at least looking stuff up, I believe this is a single mission or single little mission story arc. I don't think we're going to spend a lot of time on Quesh. Quesh as a planet in general is pretty light anyway, even if you do everything on it. Even size-wise, it's pretty small. So let's go ahead and get rolling into this. So in this episode, I'm thinking that we'll probably get through Quesh. We'll maybe do the companion conversations, pick up a little extra XP that way. And then we will move on to, I believe Hoth is after this one. So for those of you who haven't seen the other episodes, what we do in this is we are running just the class missions. Oh, okay. Is it this guy we have to talk to? I think it's the story arc you have to do. Because Quesh is poisonous, so we'll just abandon that mission once we get down there. So what we do is we stack up as many XP boosts as we can. So it is a double experience event that's going on right now. So that's a big part of it. All right, we're going to go ahead and at least disable that one. So now let's see if we can kill it. That way it doesn't show up on our radar. There we go. And so we've got that going. I'm wearing a set of armor that is acquired, I believe, in the Dark versus Light event. That is 50% XP boost. Then I've got a consumable XP boost. That's another 25%. We have a guild bonus of 15% and a guild chip bonus of 7%. And then we've stacked on top of that also the character buffs, so the 30% for class missions and 30% for exploration. And so that's kind of the setup. I do have a setup video. If that's something you want to look at, I go through those in a little bit more detail. All right, let's see where they are sending us. I don't believe that I know of there are any heroic missions on Quesh. So that means that we're probably going to have to just travel this one out. But like I said, Quesh is pretty small, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so while we're traveling, we will do a little bit of cleanup. We'll try to get rid of some of these Balmora missions that we used in order to travel around, and hopefully we don't run into anything as we do this. Probably should look where I'm going. Alright, we're good so far. Nice part is we're gaining experience for exploration. Okay, we will go ahead and take a shot at a couple of things here. Like to kill some of the creatures at least once, just in case there is a codex entry attached to them. Whoa, okay, we lost. Sorry about that. When Tano Vic joined us in the last mission, we actually lost our companion, and it's a weird bug that sometimes they don't rejoin correctly. So
I've got your back.
All right, thank you. Heal me up. All right, so we'll run here a little bit, heal on the fly, and then we'll get back on our speeder. Alright, so being a trooper, commando trooper, I do like a lot of my defensive cooldowns. It is nice to be able to get yourself out of trouble, especially when you make a mistake, which I just did. Should have probably realized that my companion was not with me, but such is life. All right, these guys should be pretty easy to kill. We'll grab a couple of them. And nope. But again, we still get experience for them. What was it? 2,700 and 3,500. So you could make a case that just spending some time killing the local wildlife, you know, it's like there was probably 10,000, 15,000 XP right there. But our goal is to try to get to the class missions as fast as we can. So let's go ahead and quit fighting and just do a little bit more traveling. I've mentioned in previous episodes this is the trade-off. Definitely gaining less XP per planet because we do a lot of things like this where we're just trying to get to what we're doing. If I would have done all of the missions, there would have been things to do along the way, and they would have both given us XP, but also given us a reason to make this journey. Whereas right now we are just trying to get to the end point. And that sometimes is a lot of traveling with no real XP gain. Now we do gain the exploration, like we got 11,000 for finding that area. Let's double check real quick. Yeah, I think we're all right. I was going to decide if I wanted to go down and try to grab the rest of those, but okay, that's not too bad. So you can make a case that, you know, we could go through and just grab as much exploration experience as we can, but the 300 to 400,000 we get from the class missions is a lot more than the 10,000 here, 10,000 there for exploration. So if it's convenient, we will go ahead and, you know, work towards picking those up, but we won't go far out of our way in order to pick up the exploration experience. But any experience is good experience, so we're going to go ahead and, at least in these starter areas, we'll probably clear the rooms. We do want to hit this bonus mission to kill 20 guys, and so we want to get that early on if we can. That way we don't run out. Usually there's more than enough, but we don't want to get to the end and, you know, come up a couple short. So I've triggered my shield there, not so much because I'm worried about getting killed, but it does actually give damage, and so it just makes that fight a little faster. I don't remember those guys. They must have come in later. Maybe when you blow up the shield they show up. That's true. Getting to 20 is not going to be difficult at all. Alright, on to the next. So it looks like there's one there, one there. That shouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to have plenty, so we're not going to bother probably clearing the room completely out. Especially if each one's going to spawn another group like that. That gives us lots of people to fight. Yeah, we're already almost there. Let's see. Trigger that guy. Alright, so that froze him, so we'll just leave him. Unless Eric shoots him. Focus fire that guy down, and then we'll take this guy out. Ooh, he made his attack on Eric. Don't attack my healer. All right, those didn't seem to count, so is there something I'm missing? Yeah. Imperial forces. Maybe those guys weren't Imperial. I don't know what to look. That's Imperial Command Sergeant. Not sure. That or I just have my math wrong, which I might have just been thinking of the wrong number. You guys just watched it, so you might know. Alright, what do we got here? Don't think we have to fight that group. Fight these guys. Hopefully that'll get our bonus done. Nice. We leveled. That's nice as well. So one of the things we're going to do in the wrap up is go through a lot of the math behind it. So one of the first things I did is I went through all of the levels. I couldn't find anywhere online an accurate current breakdown of the level progression and how much XP it takes for each one. So I built one, and there are some definitely big spikes. They tend to come at like level 51 and then I think 70, when the expansions have happened. You see these definite changes in the amount of experience it takes in order to level. Alright, oh, thought I'd get around those guys. And so, that's going to change the progression of levels. The experience rates don't change, but you'll see it's almost like a course correction where at some point when the new expansion hit, they changed the leveling parameters. I also believe there was a rebalance at some point. So the first 50 levels are much easier to get through now than they used to be. It just takes less experience to get all the way through them. I picked up a guy over there. So we'll slide back here, force him to walk around. Oh, I think he's shooting Eric anyways. All right. Use the elevator to exit the bunker. Okay. My gut was just a quick travel out. But if that failed and I ended up all the way, I can't quick travel out anyway, all the way back out, then I would have been having to run all the way back down here. So sometimes the quests are wired up in such a way. So there you go. There's a trigger here to actually trigger the next thing. So if you skip that, it can cause problems. So a trigger is just essentially an area that's predefined to cause an event to happen. So in that case, as we approached the elevator there, it actually triggered that we needed to see that conversation. This probably is just a trigger of, are you in this area or not in this area? So that's going to trigger that. And then that will take us back and we can quick travel there. I think he's in the headquarters. So let's try the headquarters cantina. All right, well, Quest took a little longer than I thought it was going to. We can cut the back way here. There we go. Captain, I think that's it for Quesh. Back to the ship. Alright, so as we hit back to the ship, I think we're going to do a little bit of companion story stuff. We'll have our conversations. We're coming right up on the 15-minute mark for the episode, so let's go ahead and take a look. We are level 55 with 222,753 XP. We'll count this in the next. Yeah, that 300,000 is going into the next calculation. All right. Hoth is next. Let's go ahead and we'll clean these up a little bit. See what we get for these. I know in the other... Oh, that was a ripoff. 23. So I'm wondering if some of these aren't actually hooked up. In the other playthrough... There we go. Yeah, I had Treek hitting 100,000. And that HK one was only 23. These tend to progress a little slower. Treek just seems to give lots of XP. You know, 111 to 27. Maybe that's because she has less conversation points. I'm not sure. But I know that as you get higher level, you definitely get a lot of XP from Treek conversations. So that is why I went ahead and unlocked those two companions. Is purely for this. Purely to get the conversations in. Just to have another source. So we're going to gain, what, probably a good half a level in the 50s here for doing these companion conversations. Yeah, we're really close. So Alara, I think, will kick us over the edge. And we still have M1 back there as well. Pick up a few from him. So from an experience per minute rate, you know, these are pretty hard to beat. You know, if you're space boring through the conversation, this is not a lot of work to get good chunks of experience. So what have we been in? About 2 minutes into this, and we gained at least half a level, which we'll do a quick check here. So at just going to be rough mental math, we're at about 800,000 experience for a level, and we're going to be somewhere between probably 2/3 and 3/4 of a level total. So 200,000 to 300,000 experience. 111 came from Treek. Just to stand here and talk to companions. Not too bad. Now I don't do it between each planet. I try to let them stack up a little bit. That way we can get a good chunk. Oh, where did I put this? Back upstairs. Alright, I think that's all of them. Let's go ahead and get Hoth started. Oh, what's this? That is another Eric quest. So we are not going to do that right now. Since I just cleared out all the companion missions, I'm going to go ahead and save that, because most likely we're going to come up to some point where we've got 3 or 4 or 5 minutes at the end of an episode before we go off to the next planet, and then we'll pop over to Tatooine and do Eric's quest. But for now, we're going to continue the story. So we'll just leave it on our bar right there. All right, let's see what else has showed up here. All right, we can do McKeb, Oricon, and Shadow of Revan. And we still haven't completed Hoth in the main story. So again, well above the general flow. All right, according to what I looked up, Hoth has 5 story missions. So I think that means we have to visit 5 areas in general. Some of them might have more than one stage. So obviously there's no way we're getting through that in this episode. But I think we can do enough of Hoth that after Hoth is another, you visit a ship or a space station type of mission. And so we can combine those two for the next episode. The finalization of Hoth along with that. And maybe even slip Eric's mission in there. All right. Let's get ourselves down to the planet. Hopefully, like Quesh, we don't have to pick that up. I think they give you cold weather gear in that, but I think you can skip this. Or at least the story tells you you're getting your cold weather gear. All right. Nice and close. I like that. Yoon. Yoon the Pathfinder. Interesting character. If you haven't played through the story. I like the general concept. Alright, we are going to go ahead and drive through the base for two reasons. One, I don't know if I even... Yeah, I think that one just goes to the cantina there. So we're going to need to get the travel point. And two, right here, I'm guessing. Yep, we're going to go ahead as we normally do. And we're going to... Oh, no, that's just one person. I want the heroic mission terminal. There we go. We don't want to go through the conversation. We're just going to grab all of those. And for those of you who haven't watched one of these before, we use those simply for travel. It helps us get from place to place a little bit quicker. So we need to go down here. And instead of making the drive all the way across, we are just going to use this mission. So, prisoner extraction. So welcome to Hoth if you've never been here before. It is nice and bright. Definitely not a lot of people's favorite. I think this will put us down below, so we'll work our way backwards through this mission, at least backwards from the intended design, and see what we can find. Alright, is it these towers? I think it's these towers. That's what it's looking like. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of combat. We'll see if that triggers... Don't see any bonus missions kicking in. And then we're disabling motion detectors, I guess. So from a game design development standpoint, I tend to find that the story just gives us context of what we're trying to do. Let's see if we can... Oh, okay. Eric stunned him. I was going to try to see if I could get this one to follow me. See if we can get it to happen. I can get her to, I think it's her to run over here. So now I stacked them up on top of each other just to let us area affect them down. So hopefully that makes combat a little quicker. It's sometimes a little thing, just gain you a little bit of time here or there. Right, now I think we are going to have to work our way up the road. So let's jump back down here and see if we can avoid these guys. They shouldn't be too interested in somebody leaving their base, right? Not trying to break in. Don't think we're going to be able to avoid this combat then. Alright, we'll do the same thing. We'll try to draw aggro on him. Bring him over to our group. Oh, and then blow him right out of the group. That was a bad move. So my hand got one key over. So completely hosed that up. But the idea was sound. Alright. Now the only negative thing about what we've just done is if for whatever reason this mission is going to make us go back down into there, we've worked our way backwards for no reason. Alright, we'll do the same thing. We'll see if we can pull these guys over. He's stunned, so we won't worry about him. There we go. That worked a little bit more. as designed if you hit the right keys. And let's see where it makes us go. Yep, so we have to drop back down there. But I am going to do one little thing. Since we're already up here, let's go ahead and see. Because we're going to quick travel out once we get back there. Will this trigger? Nope. I was hoping I'd be able to trigger the exploration, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, let's do our mission then. It's looking like timing-wise, we'll most likely be able to get this one done. And this is probably about where we'll wrap up this episode. Drop down here and try to avoid combat. There we go. We'll let Eric get some healing in before we drop down. But this is feeling like where this first arm of the quest, or the first class mission, is going to stop. So we'll clear these guys out. Let's see, what do we got? Defeat Imperials. That's not too bad. 6 doesn't look to be too difficult. And well, if we keep picking up these strongs, it will slow it down a little bit. But all right, do we have to go? Looks like we have to go right through this group, so we're not going to avoid them. That was horrible. Completely missed that front guy. But we are not going to chase them down there. I don't think there's any reason to go down there and fight those guys, outside of just more experience. Let us know what to do, you. Alright, what do we got? Defeat. Alright, we got combat, so that's pretty straightforward. We do carry a big gun. So, as our class, we should be able to do combat. But none of those... Oh, it's defeat the entire teams. Okay, that's interesting. So it's not individuals, it's the whole team. Now, truthfully, we wouldn't be able to attack the individuals anyway without killing the whole team, but it's interesting how they changed the metaphor there a little bit. So, with this, I'm not sure if we're going to get this mission done before we have to, just because it's going to take a while to fight our way through all of the teams, but that's alright. It's good for experience. So what are we getting per kill here? 1,400? So that's actually pretty decent experience. 5,000 for a group. That one's got a strong in it, so 2 strongs. Let's not stand in the fire. So how much do we get for a strong? Let's take a look. Because he's got to be worth more. Yeah, 2,000 for him. Again, we'll try not to stand in the fire. We'll give Eric our healer. Evidently, these two are a team unto themselves. They didn't want to work with the other teams. Alright, that room is clear. Finish clearing this room on the way to the last room. Still don't think we're going to make it by the end of the episode. We may extend our episode a little bit, we'll see. Feel like we should finish this mission. This should clear team 2. Or room 2. Actually, it's the first room we came into, so room 1. 20 seconds. How many do we got to get in here? Alright, let's get brave here. Let's grab those guys, these guys. Who else do we got? These guys. We're gonna run away. Tell Eric to follow us. Hit our defensives. No, don't stand in the fire. Let's see how... Okay. So this shield gives us reflection damage. And hopefully Eric... Oh man, the fire's killing us. Come on, Eric, heal. Oh, okay. The last team didn't pull. I don't know if I didn't shoot him or we ran too far away. Alright, we are going to go ahead and data track though. So we are at the end. We have level 57 with 87,410. To wrap this episode up, we will go ahead and kill this group. And I'm going to hope that the turn in for this is kind of right after this. We'll go back to base. So with that being said, we will go ahead and thank you guys for watching this episode. Actually, I guess that will be the start of the next episode. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you would join us for episode 12. Take care. See ya.